Hello YouTube. So today we have a very interesting action camera here with us for review. It's called the V3 4K Action Sport Camera. Now a big shout out to Gearbest for sending me this unit for review. They had sent me an intercom 2 earlier. Link to that is also down there in the description below. And they've sent this to me just in time for the Black Friday sales which are going on. And you can check out all the links are in the description below. This Black Friday sale is like the sale where you get everything on this website or most of the Chinese websites for a very big discounted rate. Chinese cameras are quite a lot in demand nowadays. It's because of their low cost and yet excellent performance. And to be honest, there are so many options in the market that a lot of people just get confused which one to pick up. So I personally have been using the Chinese action camera since a very long time. I used to use a Sony before. Now let's get on to what the camera Gearbest has sent me. Now this camera supports a maximum resolution of 4K at 30 fps, and we'll go into the specifications later, but from what I can see it looks very impressive considering the price. Now this camera is priced at $34 for the Black Friday sale, which is approximately like 2400 rupees, but Gearbest has sent it to me through DHL, and when it came through DHL I had to pay like a customs duty of around 2500 bucks. Now I don't know how the Indian customs and all work, but I had to pay like more than what the camera is worth. So you have to be very careful. As I said again, order it through the regular shipping. It might take time, but you'll avoid customs most luckily. Sometimes you may not, and even if you don't, they won't be so heavily, the customs won't be so high. So anyways, the regular price for this action camera, like when they had sent it to me before the Black Friday sale, was $70, which is approximately 5000 rupees. So you're getting it a very good deal. Now the box is really nice. They've packaged it very nicely, and thanks to the customs people, I guess they already had unboxed it for me, but yet I couldn't see any damage here. The clip was a little bit damaged, but that's okay. So coming to the box itself, this is the standard package. You also have the option of getting it with an external remote control, the 2.4G remote control, and you get a load of accessories all packed into the box. Like you don't really have to spend extra, or everything you might need is included in the box. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing, and then we'll be looking at some samples. So the device is very neatly packed. You just remove this plastic tray kind of thing, and here we see the camera itself. It's got protective films. We'll keep that aside for now. You get an extra back door that is for the waterproof casing. You get these L-type joints along with the screws, same GoPro stuff. One more, you get the skeleton housing for the camera. You get a 500 milliamp hour adapter. You can choose the plug type. You get a flat mount and a curved mount. This is the curved mount. This is the handlebar mount. You get this tripod mount as the L-type mount. You've got some straps for your wrists and all. These are the wrist straps. And you've got a power cable. It's a standard micro USB cable, followed by the flat mount. You got two double-sided tape along with some zip ties. You got a cleaning cloth, lens cleaning cloth, and then one more joint with the screw. This is the user manual, and there is a warning card which states when you connect the camera with the app, because of the high frequency, the camera might display a very fuzzy image on the LCD, but that's okay, it won't make it to the final image. Coming to the design of the camera, I feel it's the camera itself is pretty lightweight, and but with the casing it is a bit bulky, and that might be a turn off for some. But I'd say it's very sturdily built. The case is waterproof up to 30 meters, and it looks very sturdy with all the screws and everything perfectly in place. The When you hold the camera itself, it's got a 2-inch LCD screen behind, so you can, it's pretty crisp and clear, and pretty much bright, so you can check your angles and footage and everything. Coming to the specifications, it comes with a 16 megapixel CMOS sensor. It's a Sony 179 sensor, and you get a lot of color options in this. There are black, white, silver, yellow, blue, pink and gold to choose from, but Gearbest has sent me this black color one. It's got a 16 megapixel resolution for images too. Now video resolution supported are 4K 30 fps, 2.7K 30 fps, and of course 1080p 60 fps, 1080p 30 fps, and then you have the option of 720p at 60 fps as well. The best part is this camera also comes with its own camera app, as in the remote control app. It's in the app store. Now they've given a QR code to scan to check it. Otherwise it's also given in the product description page on Gearbest. You can check it out. Battery life is claimed to be 90 minutes, but I can say that it would last an hour of non-stop recording at 60 fps, because now this camera uses the same battery which I found in my GitHub Git 2 and also the SJ5000X Elite. So the battery life could be pretty much the same. Removing the camera from the waterproof housing is a very simple affair. You just have this clip type system found on the SJ5000X Elite, and after removing it, to the front you have the lens itself and a power button, which is also the mode button. Behind you have a 2-inch LCD screen. To the bottom you have the battery slot, and moving to the side you have the micro USB and HDMI and the micro SD card slot, followed by the microphone. This side you have the speaker, a tiny speaker and 2 volume buttons. They're more of like zoom buttons and also double up as navigation buttons. Powering on the camera is a fairly simple affair. You just have to press and hold the power button in the front of the camera, and then the LCD turns on with a very nice welcome greeting and a picture of a highway, god knows for what. And the default setting here is 1080p 60 fps. Now a memory card is not included in the package, but I suggest using a 32GB class 10. They say it supports up to 64 gigs, but we'll have to see. The volume buttons on the side are actually zoom buttons, so you have digital zoom for zooming in and zooming out. You press the mode button. The power button is also the mode button again, to get into photo mode, and then into time lapse mode, and then into the preview mode wherein you can see the images you've clicked, and then you get to the settings menu wherein you press the record button and you get to the video settings. As you can see, these are all the menu options. Now I couldn't really find an option, as in the other cameras you have an option of setting the angle to 90, 120, 140 and 170 respectively, and on some you just have the option of 90 and 170, but on this you do not really have an option. By default the camera is set to record at 170 degrees, so you cannot really change that and remove the fisheye effect. But I'd say that's not much of an issue, as anyways while riding most of the time we use the 170 degree angle option. Now coming to the clarity of the camera, I'll be very honest, don't expect it to be like the GoPro or the Sony's or even the SJ5000X Elite or the likes with this high-end Sony 4K sensors. It is good. The clarity is not bad, like not as bad as the regular 720p action cams by the Chinese, but it is, I'd say, okay, average, a little bit above average to say the least. Now I haven't tried the 4K option, but these samples are in 1080p 60 fps, and I'd say probably when you zoom into the image or when you look at the objects which you're filming, you'll notice that the edges are not so smooth. Still it looks very tolerable and legible. Maybe a little bit of editing can make it look a bit different too, but then again, don't expect miracles at this price point. It is just above average. I've recorded some samples for you, some close-ups and all, and the only thing I like is the transitions, like from darker areas to much brighter areas are pretty smooth, and colors look okay. The only thing is I the camera could do with some more detail. And apart from this, now night time is again a very different story. There's a lot of loss of detail, there's a lot of noise that builds up around the objects, and I'd say generally itself these expensive action cameras are not such good performers in low light. Now this though, I'd say it's almost unusable. At least if it's a very crowded street with a lot of street lights and all, then maybe, or indoor with excellent lighting, then you're good to go. But if you're planning to use this in for example for highway night rides and all, I don't think so that's possible. So these are some samples for you guys to check out. So I guess that's about it. If you're looking for a cheap and good action camera for beginners, or maybe just to experiment around, throw around a little bit, I think this should just suffice. But I guess that's about it. It's not anything close to the Hero 3s or the Hero 4s and all. I'd say this is a very good budget and entry level, I'd say, basic action camera for you to start experimenting around with. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do check out the description below for all the links and everything. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Listen.